Hey y'all, I'm Vanessa Fuentes, Austin City Councilwoman for District 2. Welcome to our wonderful city, Austin, Texas, and welcome to those of you who already call this magical city home. It's an honor to greet this mix of private and public organizations who are coming together with a shared passion to address food insecurity. And this is exactly what the Conference on Food Resilience, Access, and Equity is for, to bring together these different voices. We're at an especially challenging time right now as we near entering the third year of the pandemic. As with many issues, the pandemic has highlighted the inequities that exist within our communities. And this has been especially true for food access. But fatigue has set in, and it's once again becoming an issue of out of sight, out of mind. But we know that this issue is too big to ignore. Here's something to know about Austin's food system. Less than 1% of the food consumed here in Austin is actually produced locally. And we know that the food economy represents $4.1 billion in annual sales. And these numbers are even worse for our Black and brown families, as they are twice as likely to be facing food insecurity than white households. But as I mentioned, this is not new. In areas like the one I represent in Southeast Austin, food access has been a problem long before the pandemic struck. With areas classified as a food desert, there are residents in our city that are more than 20 to 30 minutes away from a nearby grocery store. And we're not talking about rural Texas either. The need for access to healthy food options is unfortunately a reality, even in a city as progressive as Austin. And we saw this even more clearly earlier this year during the winter storm Yuri, as it devastated our region, and people across the city felt the impacts of lack of access to food. The winter freeze left a scar on my community, and it's highlighted the need for emergency readiness with respect to survival essentials, food being among them. For weeks, if not months after the storm, we held food and water drives in my district. This was happening across Texas. The only difference was once everyday life resumed, the Austinites with resources resumed back to their day-to-day, while the type of people I represent struggle to put food on the table. Affordable, healthy food should not be a luxury. So here's what we're doing. We have an obligation as local policymakers to change this. This starts with open dialogue with boots on the ground, people like you who are doing the work and understand the needs of our communities. In Austin, we're building a network of emergency regional food hubs and allocating funds necessary to ensure food access needs are met during future disasters. And to keep this equitable, we need to incorporate healthy, culturally appropriate, non-perishable food storage and other basic food-related needs, along with portable water supply in the city's new resiliency hub model. We're also taking advantage that we received through the American Rescue Plan. In fact, earlier this summer, we dedicated $500,000 of those COVID relief dollars to meet this moment. This includes the creation of a regional plan between the city and the county that's led by a community advisory board. And this includes residents and business members impacted by the food system inequities themselves. And for my district, we're working hard to bring a grocery store co-op. We can't wait for big business to step in and decide they finally want to open a grocery store in areas of need. It's up to us to take action and to fill these gaps, and we'll continue to push for change. In closing, these problems are not unique to Austin, but perhaps some of our solutions, or yours, may be. So I'd like to encourage you all to take advantage of this great conference and exchange ideas of how we can tackle these issues all the way from the local level to federal and even international. We have to act with urgency. I'd also like to thank my friend Joy Chevalier, founder and CEO of Cook's Nook, for the kind invitation to join y'all today and for her tireless commitment to bring forward more equitable food access to our communities and beyond. Please keep up all of your hard work to meet these challenges. I wish you all a great conference, and I look forward to hearing and seeing some of your outcomes. And please know that my office is always ready to collaborate. We're in this together. Thank you.